Give me a minute, and I want to talk about ATACMS in Ukraine and why they are so important. Throughout this conflict, even just the counteroffensive of the last summer, right? There in Berdyansk, about 90 kilometers or so from the Robotyne axis, the Ukrainian armed forces suffered greatly at the hands of Ka-52 helicopter attacks. The helicopters provided close air support for the Russian troops on the ground, took out a lot of tanks, provided an air superiority that made life living hell for the Ukrainians, and that slowed everything down, right? Now dig it. The ATACMS show up. Ukraine hits the helicopter base there. What's the next thing that happens? The Russians know they can't keep the helicopters that close to the front anymore, and so they have to move them. And this is a satellite image of an air base inside of Russia, the Taganrog Air Base, where those helicopters appear to have been moved to, the ones that survived the attack, the ATACMS attack, a couple weeks ago now. How far is that from Robotyne? 219 kilometers. Well over more than twice as far. Now, see, guys, this is why these requests are so important. If the Ukrainians had had the ATACMS at the beginning, not that the ATACMS are a wonder weapon or a silver bullet or that they're going to solve everybody's problems. They're not. But they're a force multiplier on the battlefield. They force the Russians to change their behavior. Those helicopters had to be moved farther away because they were now within reach. And now it's 444 kilometers round trip. That means far fewer sorties, much longer response time. The efficacy of these weapons to impact the immediacy of the battlefield is greatly reduced. We had an email template asking Congress to get more ATACMS to Ukraine. If anybody's interested in that, hit me up. If you haven't already written to your Congress people, go to congress.gov, type in your zip code, and tell them, send ATACMS to Ukraine. And don't let Mike Johnson hold us hostage while he's trying to cut funding for the IRS to do his big mega donors a favor. Jeez Louise, playing politics with the lives of the Israelis, with the lives of the Ukrainians, so that he can line the pockets of his big donors. Give me a break. Anyway, guys, this is why we need this shit. This is why it's important. And this is the kind of impact that even a 26-year-old American weapon can have on the battlefield when up against the Russians. Thanks, guys.